Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Yoruba groups meet in Ibadan, advocate Yoruba nation without violence. Insecurity, Afenifere decries alleged FG's double standard. Arms for Amotekun, Southwest states may drag FG to Supreme Court. NANS will shut down Nigeria if ASUG Strike is not called off. Terrorists attack APC convoy, abduct Kaduna Assembly candidates. Ogun, abducted policemen regain freedom. Ogun, Sose Corps naps 4 armed robbers with stolen car, iPhones and others. On foreign story, Osh Poppy, Kenya court orders extradition of Al-Bakhiari conspirator. And finally on sports, friendly Algeria coach Belmadi promises stronger team against Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now the news in detail. Some Yoruba groups under the banner of Agbekoya Warriors, Maji Agbe, Odua, People's Congress OPC, New Era, Federation of Yoruba Consciousness and Culture, Alajobi, and Odua Redemption Alliance, on Friday met in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, and advocated common front for Yoruba people ahead of the 2023 general elections. The groups reiterated the need for the people in the Southwest to embrace themselves and defend the unity of Yoruba land. Tracing the history of Nigeria since independence, leaders of the groups in their separate remarks said continuous disunity of Yoruba is dangerous for the future of the region. Speaking in Ibadan during the Yoruba Unity Day celebration, 136 years after the end of the Kiriji War, with the theme, food, physical and digital security of Yoruba land, in terms of their cries, the President Odua Redemption Alliance and the convener of the meeting, Dr. Victor Taiwo, said unity is key in achieving the Yoruba nation. He lamented that Southwest has all resources to cater for its citizens. However, said the system of government being run in Nigeria does not give way for a better future. Moving on to the next story, the Pan-Yoruba Socio-Political Organization, Afenifere, has expressed dismay over what it described as a double standard being flagrantly displayed by the federal government in its dealings with states in the southern and northern part of the country. In a statement by the organization's National Publicity Secretary, Comrade Jare Ajayi, Afenifere stated that although there are many instances to be cited, it says it would restrict itself to the most recent one because of the serious implications it holds for the security, political, and socio-economic well-being of the people. According to the organization, the recent disclosure that Katsina state government has been granted the permission to equip its security outfit with sophisticated weapons, arms including AK-47, while denying same for other states is unacceptable. The statement reads in parts. News have it that earlier this month, Katsina state government announced its plan to recruit 3,000 individuals into its special vigilante groups to combat terrorism in the state, and 600 have been trained in the usage of sophisticated weapons, including AK-47. It will be recalled that governors in the Southwest, about 2 years ago, established state security network, which they named Amotekun, to combat the festering insecurity in the region. According to Afenifere, the state's security network, Amotekun, was however hamstrung by the federal government in 2 major areas that were critical. Moving on to the ASU news. The Student Union Government, ASUG President of the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, ATBU, has said that the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, will shut down the country if the strike embarked on by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, continues. The ATBU ASUG President, Comrade Usman Abubakar, was speaking at a press conference organized by a northeast zone of NANS in Bauchi on Friday. He lamented that the strike would deny students who are close to the age of 30 from experiencing NYSC because of the law that bars graduates who are over 30 years from participating in the scheme. The federal government and ASU are clearly not thinking about how this strike will have direct impact of the life of students. Most people whose ages is close to 30 are at the risk of not doing the NYSC. Even those who might scale through the NYSC will also be denied job opportunities because by the time they graduate, they will be older than the 26 or 27 years that banks and other firms require for graduate employments. Moving on to the next story as regards attack on APC convoy. An attack by terrorists along Kaduna-Kachia Highway in Kaduna State led to the abduction of some All Progressive Congress APC chieftains. The attack, according to a source, took place on Thursday at Tashar Iche, some meters away from Kujama community in Kajuru local government area. According to the source, the team was on its way back from Kafanchan after a political meeting with Christian leaders in the southern senatorial district on Thursday. The source further explained that about 5 vehicles were affected, describing the incident as terrible. Daily Post lamented that 3 persons sustained gun injuries while 2 others were kidnapped. He also explained that Senator Ubasani, the gubernatorial candidate of All Progressive Congress, was not part of the team that was attacked as he had traveled to Abuja from Kafanchan. He added that the APC House of Assembly candidate in Kajuru, simply identified as Mr. Madaki, and the vice chairman of APC in Kajuru local government area, Ruben Waziri, were abducted by the terrorists, while Senator Ubasani's campaign DG, Sani Mena, Ahmed Meyaki, a chieftain of the party, and a few others escaped on off. Ben Megari, a relative of the vice chairman, Ben Megari, confirmed the incident to Daily Post. Moving on to Ogun State from the north. The 3 policemen abducted by some gunmen in Ogun State have regained freedom. Daily Post reliably gathered that the corps, who arrived Ogun from Zone 2, Onikon, Lagos, for an investigation were captured in broad daylight yesterday along the Wasimi Road in Ewekoro local government area of Ogun. Abimbola Oyemi, the police spokesman in Ogun State, who insisted that only 1 policeman was among the 3 victims, said the kidnappers were operating a military camouflage uniform. Speaking on the rescue operation, Oyemi explained that the Commissioner of Police in Ogun, Larry Bankole, had directed the command's anti-kidnapping units and other tactical squad to move into the area and join forces with Ewekoro Divisional Headquarters in rescuing the victims. With what he called intensive pressure and aggressive training, Oyemi said that kidnappers had no option than to release their captives. He said the victims are reunited with the family, adding that the Commissioner of Police had also directed that the kidnappers must be arrested and brought to book. Moving on to the next story, still in Ogun. Operatives of the Ogun State-owned Community Social Orientation and Safety Corps, SoSafe Corps, on Friday arrested 4 suspected armed robbers at Olokokupa Adodo Ota, local government area of the state. The suspects Ikechukwu Olibo, 35 years, Fidelix Nwako, 32 years, and Chinedu Eze, 37 years, were among the gang of 7 who reportedly ransacked 3 houses in the said community. In a statement made available to newsmen on Saturday by the Corps Director of Information, Maruf Yusuf, it was revealed that the suspect was sighted by a patrol team of the SoSafe Corps from Aton Divisional Headquarters. According to Yusuf, the suspected armed robbers were sighted while cutting the security wire of the building. The officers waited patiently till they went through the back perimeter fence. They then confronted the officers, having sighted them, he explained. Yusuf added that the patrol team later reinforced to the area of the incident, stating that upon sighting the officers in their full actions, the suspected armed robbers took to their heels and 3 of the 7 syndicates were apprehended, while the remaining 4 are at large. Yusuf quoted the SoSafe commander, Soji Gonzalo, as stating that 124-year-old Nuru Ahmed, a resident of Alabarago, Lagos State, was traced and arrested for allegedly buying stolen phones from the gang. The said Ahmed was arrested with a number of stolen items found in his possession. He added that he confessed to the crime. From that story, we'll go to the foreign story. A Kenya court has ordered the extradition of Kenyan businessman Abdurrahman Imran Juma to the United States to face money laundering charges. It's coming on Friday. Milimani Chief Magistrate Wendy Micheni granted the orders allowing U.S. authorities to open charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and aggravated identity theft. Ms. Micheni maintained that there was no evidence to show that Mr. Juma would not receive a fair trial in the U.S. The fugitive is said to be part of a syndicate that orchestrated a scheme where these co-conspirators who are already before the United States District Court for the Central District of California to defraud a victim who was seeking a lender to invest in a project to build a school. Document from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution said Mr. Juma was allegedly part of an international fraud scheme that plotted to cheat a tycoon seeking to invest in a multi-million project to construct a school in Qatar. Court document revealed that in December 2019, popular Nigerian internet fraudster Rahman Oshpopi Abbas conspired with Mr. Juma to defraud a Qatari company and its owner, Mr. Juma, had already been in contact with the victim when Mr. Abbas was onboarded. Mr. Abbas started speaking with the victim posing as Wells Fargo Bank employee named Malik. Both men then opened a bank account at Wells Fargo Bank in Kenago Park, California, using the name of the Qatari victim company. From that story, we'll go to the last one, which is on the sports scene. Desert Foxes of Algeria head coach Jamal Belmadi has promised to line up his best players in his side's next friendly against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Belmadi started a number of his key stars, including Captain Riyad Mahrez, on the bench in Friday night 1-0 slim win against the Silver Stars of Guinea. The likes of Nabil Bentali, Andy Dalot, and Mustafa Zega struggled to make impact in the game. Mahrez set up veteran striker Islami Slimani for the winning goal 12 minutes from time. The two-time African champions will now shift attention to Tuesday's clash against Nigeria at the Milord Gaddafi Stadium, Oran. Belmadi said that he will field his regular stars against the Super Eagles. We took a lot of positives from the Guinea game, but Nigeria is a different game. I will play with players who are used to playing with each other, Belmadi told reporters after the clash against Guinea. That concludes the world news. Before we go, some major headlines. Yoruba groups meet in Ibadan, advocates Yoruba nation without violence. Insecurity, Afenifere decries alleged FG's double standard. Arms for Amotekun, Southwest states may drag FG to Supreme Court. And on sports, friendly, Algeria coach Belmadi promises stronger team against the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the next friendly coming up on Tuesday. Thank you for watching. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe, click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawuye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For other placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Good afternoon. I am Morire Rebila Lawal.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.